Hello there. What is going on, everybody? We have got a lot of Imperial reissues for Star Wars Legion. We're going to be unboxing these. We're going to show you how they look in the box. And we're going to go over look at the sprues or the plastic in the case of some of these being kind of reissues with the soft plastic, some of them being sprued, and we'll also look at what cards you're going to get in here and everything that you're going to get in these boxes. We'll have links to where you can check out this stuff. Big thanks to Atomic Mass Games and Asmodee for shipping these out for review. We're going to get these going. And if you guys would love to stick around, I'd love to have you. We have links for down below. If you want to hype up the video, if you want to subscribe, share the video, click that bell for alerts. We have links for our Discord and all the social media links and great sponsor links if you're interested in checking out any of our really cool sponsor discounts over at Game Toppers, also at Battle Foam. So we've got some really cool stuff there. Check those out. Let's go ahead and get these open. All right, folks, up first, it is a blast from the past. You may not have seen any of these speeder bikes in a very long time because they came in the original core set. This was original Star Wars Legion material right here, and it is finally back available for you now in the 74Z speeder bikes box. We have our art on the side here, and this is the back, and then our other side. We're gonna go ahead and get this one open. Now, you may have seen these in the original core box, Wave 1. You might not have put these together in a long time. I know I haven't assembled these guys in years. It has been many, many years since we've seen these. And again, they are still in the soft plastic in the bags. We are getting two of the straight up standard flight stands. Now, these are the straight flight stands. There are also curved flight stands available in other things. So if you've got like your probe droids and stuff like that, you could possibly consider being daring if you wanted to try that. But that's not what we're getting in this. We're getting the straight flight stands here. So we're going to get two of the straight flight stands. We have two of our bases. We have two riders. Now, the interesting thing about this is that I've got two forward-facing riders in this box. And you were originally supposed to have a forward-facing rider and a rear-facing rider. But instead, I have two forward-facing riders. They're both going to basically look kind of like this. This is, since I was doing a Hoth base for a lot of my Imperials, even though I'm going to rebase a lot of these. I've decided to paint a lot of my speeder bikes kind of white to kind of give them that Hoth, that Blizzard Force theme, which I thought was fun. And that's kind of how they all will look when they are all assembled. You've got your two bikes right here. You've got your back panels, your flaps, and stuff like that. And you have a little bit of options on how you want them to go. You can kind of have these panels kind of out a little bit more too when you put those together. But yeah, I had heard of somebody else saying that they only got like the forward-facing guy and not necessarily the guy shooting behind. So if you pick these up, this is a possibility. They may just both be forward-facing now. It's not really a big deal. It doesn't change the functionality of the unit, but sometimes you do want some of the rear-facing shooting guys as well. So that's just what I got in here. We do also have our paperwork that is going to show us all the folks who helped work on this and bring it to us. And we have our cards. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of cards in this one. We have our regular cardboard, and then we have just our 74Z speeder bikes. So no upgrades in this one, just the basic unit card, and here's the back of it. There we go. That is our 74Z speeder bikes. All right, next up, we're stepping forward in time to the E-Web Heavy Blaster team. Always really enjoyed this one. Again, this is also, you're going to have some snowtroopers kind of manning this. Here's the look of the box. This one is, I think you're just getting the single unit here. I think this one's also going to be in the soft plastic. I think this was when they were still all in soft plastic. This was kind of early. I want to say this was like Wave 2 or Wave 3 of original Star Wars Legion. We're getting, boom, there's everything. Come on, get it. We almost got everything. We got our cards now too. Okay. So we do have two models in here for our body. We have the soft plastic leader or the gunner here. And then this is the guy who's kneeling for the generator. There we go. And just a closer up look of how they'll actually look Well, here's all the bits and pieces. Again, these are bagged again too. This is kind of how they'll look assembled. We have, and again, this is another old one, but yeah. So you've got your tripod that'll go on there. You've got your generator, and this is your kneeling guy, patting it like good dog. And then you've got your other guy here. Yeah, these are great staple for Blizzard Force. And the unit itself is one that has gone through a lot of changes over the years. Once upon a time, they used to ride around in Gav tanks. We do have our support token there. No, we do not have any of the upgrade cards for it, although they are all print and play available, but they're not coming in this package. It's just the basic unit for the E-Web Heavy Blaster team. No generator cards in here. I do think that's kind of a missed opportunity. It would have been a good opportunity to put at least the generator cards in here, since this is basically the only expansion for the Empire that would use them. They wouldn't be available anywhere else, right? So unless you bought, maybe, I think the Rebel FD turret also came with them, but they were only really for those units. But you do have unarmed blaster rifles, and then the E-Web fixed front here. And we do have Search to Crit and red defense die. So always fun for 60 points. I think they've gone up a little bit in points over the years, but still pretty cool item. Again, that's the E-Web Heavy Blaster team. Next up, it's the Imperial Specialists. This one has a special place in my heart because this was one that we've had a lot of jokes about over the years. Fantasy Flight, when they first released the Imperial Specialists, I think it was the only expansion that never got an actual preview article. And so when it came out, I think I was the first person that kind of broke all of the upgrade cards and stuff in here with an unboxing. And it was really interesting to me because I remember having play tested this expansion, and then when the upgrades broke and all the cards were released, people realized something. There was an imbalance on one of the cards, and they ended up getting patched. And I felt horrified, thinking that I was partially responsible because I was also a play tester, and we missed something, right? But the article never went live. To talk about these guys, which, I mean, it doesn't matter because we had all the stuff, but it was like this recurring joke that we were going to see over and over again. And people still make it to this day. So here we go. Let's look at the cards. All right, so we've got our R4 Astromech. We've got an Imperial Comms Technician. These are all our personnel upgrades. The FX9 Medical Droid and the Imperial Officer. And just for clarification, this is kind of how they'll look put together. These are older ones here, where this is Officer Debbie, our little astromech here, and our comms technician, who I used to always put HQ uplink on everywhere, and our medical droid here, who is probably the most important of the set, in my opinion, and in all of my deathmatch games. They're great to heal up your Darth Vaders and we're close to the edge. We're also going to get our generic order cards. So we've got Covert Observations for Galactic Empire, Pinned Down, and Coordinated Fire. And then we start with the foreign language cards. There is no standalone. I know some people were asking with some of the other packs that you don't put the standalone officer unit card in these packs. So this is what we get here. All right, next up is the Imperial Death Troopers. I remember when these guys came out, I was so excited. This was one of my favorite expansions to come out for Star Wars Legion. These guys came out with Krennic, and there was so much shenanigans that you could get into with these guys. I feel like power creep is kind of, and balance changes have kind of put them back into like where they're less completely broken. They're not quite as OP as I think they might have been once upon a time. But as you can see here, we are getting the pre-bagged older versions of these guys. They're all pre-bagged. And the funny thing is, I remember once upon a time thinking, man, it'd be so great once all of these go hard plastic. And granted, you do improve the sculpts when they go hard plastic, but there is something to be said for the pre-bagged because they're very easy to put together, right? You don't have to, there's no confusion. Right, this is my current black unit of Death Troopers. Here they are there. This is how they're going to look when assembled. You've got the whole unit. You've got the heavy weapons. You've got your leader with the hand up and all of that. And again, you get pictures of all of these guys on the back, but that is the unit here. We're also, of course, getting our document for who helped bring that to us. So, and we're going to get some cards. Now this is not one of those expansions that is without upgrades, because we do have our E11D. Oh, wow. Wait, this is interesting because our... we have the German version on the top, that one's surprising because we normally have the English stuff on top. Maybe that's because I was backwards. Maybe that's it, because I was backwards and they're double-sided cards. So that's funny. I was like, whoa, they put the German ones on top. They don't normally do that. All right. I was like, wait, did they change this? Did they rename this? The Granite Warfare Configuration. The Granite Warfare. I like that. Granite Werfer. I want to say it more like Rammstein says it, you know? All right. The Imperial Death Trooper Discipline Precise Ready. We got the unit card here, and there's the back of the card. We're getting DT F16. Whoop, bumping stuff here. DT F16 with 2 health for 15 points, and we're getting a DLT 19 Delta, and then of course our E11D focused fire configuration and the grenade launcher configuration, otherwise known as the Granite Warfare configuration. I don't know why I'm saying it so loudly and aggressively, but it just sounds cooler to say it that way. Imperial Death Troopers. That's what we're getting. Also, the Special Forces unit card, or order token. Next up, we do have Agents of the Empire. This is a great place to get some of your heroes, whether you like the latest stuff from The Mandalorian or Star Wars Rebels or the video games. There's something for lots of stuff, whether you're animated, live action shows, or video games. That's cool stuff, right? We're getting stuff from all over the place. We're going to have Gideon, Moff Gideon. We're going to have Agent Sideburns Callus here, and the ever so awesome Iden Versio. Yes. All right. So very cool stuff. We're getting 4 miniatures and her ID-10 droid, which is funny because it's short for idiot, right? Like the droid, the ID-10. You know, it's like a pun from a certain point of view. All right. We got a regular flight stand here. We have our 4 bases. We're going to have our sprues on this one. This one is not pre-bagged. All right. We've got Callus here. And the cool thing is, so we'll kind of go over these a little bit. I originally was trying to do my Callus with his bow staff, and I ripped the bow staff in half and put the chain on there to make them nunchucks. Right? You see that? I don't think I would do that again like that the second time. I think I'd just give him the rifle configuration. You know, it was not my favorite paint job for a miniature here. You know, there's some that we'd like to try different things and they fail, and that's what's a cool opportunity to get somebody new. Moff Gideon here, again, you can build him with the Darksaber or with the pistol. If you've already got one and you've built him with the Darksaber like me, then you can potentially build him a different way. I even did some extra basing with the IG-11s and IG-88 pack. There was like an extra body pieces and stuff, and I put them like there, like he had cut the legs off of the IG and stuff like that. So you can do some cool things with them. And then we have Iden Versio and her ID-10 droid with the flight stand here. He's pretty simple, straightforward. Iden Versio you can build with or without the helmet. I tend to always kind of do it like this, where the helmet's going to be on the ground, and then she's, so you still have the helmet there, but you have options for how you want to build her, and she's got that kind of like that leg forward in that particular setup. So that's pretty cool. We've also got our paperwork that's going to come here with these. Again, it's the folks that helped bring us to us. There we go. And we also have our cards. We've got more cardboard in this one because we've got a couple of different We got 2 commanders and an operative. And of course, Iden can... Well, actually, hold on. I don't remember if she can currently still become an operative anymore. That was an old style thing. All right. Yeah, so she's got quick thinking, infiltrate, marksman, nimble sharpshooter 1. And yeah, no, she doesn't become an operative anymore. Okay. It's so much. I had so many things committed to my mind with, some things changed a little bit more so than others, but quick thinking is really good for her, right? And then her ID-10 Seeker Droid. If it's not an ID-10T, because that would be idiot, but ID-10 is idio. All right, pretty cool. And we've got Moff Gideon here. Oh, and here's the backs of the cards too. That's Iden. In case you were curious what the backs look like, here's the back of the ID-10, and here's Moff Gideon, and here's the back of him, and here's Agent Callus, and here's the back of him. All right, and we're also going to get some upgrades and other things. We have the Darksaber with Moff Gideon, and right there, and we're going to have a couple of command cards. Let's see, what do we got here? All right, this is everything. We've got Iden Versio's 1 pip, Pulse Scan, Concussion Blast, also Incapacitate for the droid, and Tactical Strike. I've always liked Iden Versio. Moff Gideon, die at my hand. You have something I want. Great card for the Dark Troopers. Moment of consideration. And then we have Agent Callus, face me! ISB investigation. Look at that. He's looking up Hera. Oh, and is that Sabine also? Mm-hmm. And then we have Ruthless Tactics. Remember when Callus used to have the Flaw card? All right? That's pretty cool stuff. All right. That's the Agents of the Empire. All right, folks. So that is a look at some of the most recent Empire reissues that are going up for pre-order and hitting store shelves. I'll have links to these in the video description below. You can definitely get your orders in. If you have been looking for one of these and been waiting for a while, then this is your lucky day. So there'll definitely be more that are coming back. I know everything is going to be made again eventually, and I know some folks were saying, well, what about the soft plastic ones? Are those going to come back in hard plastic? I think those are just farther out. A lot of people have been asking me that. I might do like a Q&A video about different things like that one of these days. But this is our unboxing of all of these to show you what you're going to get for this particular version of these. I do expect that they'll continue with the refreshes and reissues. And if there's something that you have had your eye on that has been out of print, just be patient. It'll be coming out eventually. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Big thanks to all of my patrons. Big thanks to Atomic Mass Games and Asmodee for sending this out for review. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all. And always wash your socks.